Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Yin Yang Podcast with your hosts, D-Pad, Wolfgang, and Yu Kirby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Yin Yang Podcast. I'm your host, D-Pad, and with me, as always, is my assistant, Yu Kirby.
How's it going?
And we have a special guest with us today. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hello, listeners of the Yin Yang Podcast. I am Wolfgang Wilcox, your friend from the UK.
Yes, now, I actually reached out to Wolf because we both belong to a certain Facebook group on Facebook, and one of the topics that we were going to cover in our podcast episode, but we never got around to that. I'm just going to explain quickly, you guys. The last 2 weeks have been a little bit frantic on my end.
Yeah, Deep has had this really shitty 2 weeks.
Yeah, I tell you, okay, I got sick. I thought I had COVID, but it turned out to be a really bad flu. I had a tooth extraction just on Saturday last week, and a little bit of sad news, my cousin actually lost his battle to cancer, and he passed away last Friday. So I'm just going to say that I'm dedicating this episode of the podcast to him. We worked at the same place, you guys, and yeah, I'm going to miss him because he was my step cousin, because my cousin is his stepmom. So we just came up with the idea that, yeah, we're step cousins, but he was a joy to be around, and I'm going to miss him. But Yu and Wolf, they understood that I needed to take some time to grieve and just get better. So I want to thank you guys for understanding. That means so much to me.
Yeah, no problem.
Of course.
Real life is more important than a stupid podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't want to understand that, then don't watch us. I know that sounds like a dick, but it's like, if you can't understand real life happens, you just piss off.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna we have anyone that's pissed off that we don't upload on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, but just in case if we randomly do.
Yeah. And speaking of which, the podcast will now be recorded on Thursday because Yu has a new job.
Yep, I now work at the Round One over here in Reno. If you live in the Reno area, come say hi. I work on Tuesdays, Fridays, maybe Saturdays. This is actually the first week where I'm actually working on a Saturday, but I don't know if I'm going to be jumping back and forth. And Sundays.
Yeah. So yeah, Yu asked me if there was a way we could do the podcast on a different date that doesn't conflict with his schedule, and we just agreed we'll do it on Thursday. Because he also still wants to stream, which is fine. And speaking of streaming, here is a funny thing that happened yesterday when Yu was doing another day of his Nicktoons summer games. So Yu finished Fairly Odd Parents Breaking the Rules yesterday, and then he was going to do he was going to start the Game Boy Advance game Enter the Cliff. Now, I had warned Yu beforehand that this game is bad. Now, in my defense, Yu, I didn't know how bad it was.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yes. So I'm just.
If you want to see me get annoyed at that fucking game, go to my Twitch, which is down in the description, or go to my YouTube, which also should be in the description too, because I upload VODs there. All right, so things that are wrong with Enter the Cliff. 1, the story makes no goddamn sense. It starts out totally fine because it's kind of it's kind of a prologue type game for Timmy being cleft, Voice in Wonder, which is reoccurring in the series. Because it's which is weird because we already had a friggin' episode for this. So it starts out fine, and then basically it turns out that whenever Timmy goes into Chin's world, for some fucking reason, Cosmo and Wanda basically just make a fucking a real world comic instead of just poofing Timmy back. Somehow the Bronze Kneecap, Spatula Woman, and Country Boy all know of this and kidnap the Chin, so they make left, give them the goddamn comic. And when they do, somehow, Country Boy winds up in the past. Some fucking how. He winds up in the past. And also, Bronze Kneecap somehow winds up in the future. There's no fucking explanation for this. They're just, oh, hey, Timmy finds his folks dressed up as Country Boy. And it's like, what the fuck? So basically, you have to deal with, go back to the past, deal with Country Boy. Second world, Spatula Woman kidnaps, of all fucking people who, if you're a fan of Fairly Odd Parents, you really should not give two shits, Mama Cosma. Because, oh gee, we need to have her in the show, in this game. So, and then, when you're in the last stage, for some fucking reason, Spatula Woman makes Mama Cosmo shrink her and they go into Vicky. Why? I will say the only stage I found any enjoyment though was the first stage of World 4, the Future World, which is basically a 2D shooter stage with Timmy on the time scooter, with a boss, the robot Vicky version of Vicky from the video game episode, complete with pinwheel, spike pinwheel butt. But no, another thing that I hate about the game, the bosses are too fucking big. They're too fucking giant. Like basically, Country Boy. He has two attacks. One, he throws pig bombs. Two, he charges after jumping. He is so big that you have to basically do a dash in order to get away, which I don't like doing dashes on a GBA game. That type of thing is really stupid. And it's like, all the boss fights suck. Okay? It's a fucking bad game. I skipped now for those wondering, I played the console version of Breaking the Rules, but I skipped the GBA one. The reason why, I hate the GBA one. I grew up with it. It's fucking awful. If you want to, it's like, this is just as bad as the fucking GBA game. One thing I will say that did make me chuckle though, 4 of the enemies are cosplayers from the first Crimson Chin episode. Those nerds being the skinny nerd as the bronze kneecap, the one that just ate popcorn. If I offend anyone saying this, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say this, but to me, I'm just saying how I see it. That fat guy that dresses up as Spatula Woman, and the fat kid as Country Boy. There's also that weird guy that walks around in his underwear. Underwear superhero. I don't know what the hell that's about. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. If you want to see me play it,
I know you're talking about.
you just jumbled up. Go ahead.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of it at the moment right now.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what the hell that guy was. And his attack is he just butts you. Like literally fucking just butts you. Again, if you want to see it, watch the Twitch VOD. Also sub to me because or follow.
Yeah.
Or follow. Because I have a 10 sub goal of making a VTuber avatar if I get 10 subs.
All I know is that it was just funny that I somehow managed to provoke your rap. Like I was kind of laughing a little bit.
Because you didn't tell me how bad it was going to be. You just said it was bad. So it's
like I said, I didn't know how bad the game was. From what I know that it's a bad game. I didn't think it was that bad.
Like no, it was
Alright,
fucking
so-
awful. And honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much more awfulness I'm going to deal with. So far, I only know that I'm dealing with one more thing of awfulness, and that's SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
I will pray for you. I will pray for you to finish that game with your mind intact.
I'll be honest, I've actually played that one almost to completion, so I will say it's like that story just makes me feel uncomfortable. That story makes me feel uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
Do you want should we talk about the story for Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, or do we want to wait?
I say we wait. So we
Okay.
actually,
Okay.
we don't want to pull up. We don't want to hold up on the podcast talking about.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Say I
Yeah.
can at least attest to the experiences of Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave up on that game.
What part did you give up on?
Oh, I can't remember what the furthest place I got was now.
I gave up on that fucking golf minigame in Chum World.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think I got as far as Chum World. Was there a construction site at some point? Something to do with Mercury Mad Bomb?
Downtown Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, it was part of downtown Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, I think that's the furthest I ever got when trying to play it.
So you barely made any progress.
Yeah, I know.
People, that's like me. I got as far as downtown Bikini Bottom, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna just no. And then when Battle for Bikini Bottom came out, I'm like thinking, oh god, this is gonna be a bad game. So I started to play it. I'm like, okay, this is actually good. They learned their lesson and they made a decent SpongeBob game.
I preferred the SpongeBob movie game adaptation.
Both those games are equally good. Both those games are equally good. I got really
freaking bored with Battle for Bikini Bottom, honestly. I thought it dragged on too long.
It kind of did.
The movie game was really good. Like I have to agree. Like I remember playing the crap out of it when I got.
Yeah.
Sadly, I didn't quite get to the end of it when I played it.
I've only beaten the GBA version.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. Like the GameCube version was like the best one.
Yeah.
I got as far as when SpongeBob and Patrick were in the paddy wagon and they were chasing Goofy Goober.
I never made it that far. The first I got was the Sand Mountain area.
Yeah, I was a PlayStation baby myself, so I had the PS2 version, which pretty much would be the same as the GameCube version.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got like one or two levels away from the last boss or something, but I just struggled too much because I was a young kid and I couldn't really be fucked to go back to do it all again since, really.
I will say this, like a lot of people talk about how bad the first SpongeBob movie was. No, I thought it was a decent movie, and a lot of people forget that the movie was originally how Steven Helberg wanted to originally end the series. But
who the hell says the first SpongeBob movie's fucking bad? Since when?
I have no idea. It's like that's the only one I've seen.
That movie being universally loved.
I have people that say that the movie is bad, like, and I just look at them like, to even sit through and watch the movie, it's a good one. And okay, this is just me, but honestly, I also liked Sponge on the Run for what it was. It was, in my opinion, it was a good story about the friendship that everyone has with each other, especially the friendship between SpongeBob and Gary. And Patrick actually, I loved in this movie because he was willing to go with SpongeBob to the city that is extremely dangerous to rescue his best friend's pet snail. Like, just the friendship that they have.
Well, it's like Patrick
I didn't see Sponge on the Run, but I did see Sponge Out of Water. That's the one where they did all the superhero stuff at the end, right?
Sponge Out of Water was Sponge. Yeah, Sponge Out of Water wasn't the best. Like the way that they advertised that SpongeBob's coming to the real world, it's the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It felt like a ripoff.
But on the other hand, at least it was like a proper SpongeBob movie for the most part of it, instead of being like some awful fucking Roger Rabbit wannabe sort of thing.
Yeah. And I will say, Antonio Banderas was hilarious in that movie.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah, he was Burger Beard the Pirate.
Oh God.
And yeah, that was him. And I mean, yeah, because he was, Will Turner from
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Was he from?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, was that him? Will. Yeah, he was Will.
Okay.
Wait, no, that was Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom.
Antonio Banderas was Puss in Boots.
He was Puss in Boots. Yeah, he was Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
I got my accent stopped. Sorry, no.
The only thing that I most remember from Sponge Out of Water now is Sandy's Psylocke outfit.
Oh God!
If you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
Was that the one when she was going apeshit because she thought the world was ending?
Huh?
Or was that like the outfit she was wearing like when she thought that the world was ending? Or was that like her realistic squirrel form?
If you just Google Psylocke Sandy, you'll know which one I mean.
Okay, I'll look at it after because I don't think I want to look
at it right now.
Yeah.
I'll get in the chat for you.
All right.
I think we both. I think I found the wrong picture, but oh my God! I don't think this is the picture that you're talking about, Wolf. But I'm gonna post it in the suggestion.
I got to scream. Okay. I will say this quickly. Oh dear God! What is this? Oh dear God! Oi! Okay. Moving on. So Nintendo had their mini direct on Tuesday, and there's a lot of games that were announced for the system. We have the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I am most excited for that one. We also have Pac-Man World Repacked Edition. Like that's interesting, and I'm hoping that with this version of the game, they decide to do remakes of the other two Pac-Man World games. That would be really cool.
I'm surprised that, considering the fact that Klonoa is getting a double package that's coming out, I believe, in July. Let me double check.
Yeah. July. It's in July.
Yeah, in July. I'm surprised that basically Pac-Man's not doing at least the first two.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, we also have like more news on Sonic Frontiers, and I am really looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
I know I say that, but like with every bit of news info we get for the game, it makes me more and more excited. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem.
I did that because you were making a lot of noise and I wasn't sure what the heck was going on, so I just went and muted you. Are you good now?
Okay, I can cut this part out here.
All right, cool.
Okay,
yeah. Sorry about that, dude. You were just making way too much noise.
Sorry about that. I meant to mute myself.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine.
No problem. I leave these hiccups in here because it's fun. It just like shows we're kind of still getting used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Don't
you're
worry.
Fine, dude. You're fine.
Had muted myself, honestly.
You're totally fine.
Yeah, you're fine, dude.
One thing I do want to say though is I hate the fact that we have to wait till next year for Mega Man Battle Network collection. Capcom, what the fuck? Are you guys just basically making everyone you work with that works for you work on just Village, RE4 Make, Sunbreak, and Street Fighter 6. Really? You can't just spare like a few people. You just can't just spare like a small amount of those people to just work on 10 GBA games. Yes, for those that don't know, it's all 10 Mega Man Battle Network games. 1, 2.
Wait, does that include the Mega Man Battle Net, like the Battleship game?
I don't know, but it's including 1, 2, both versions of 3, both versions of 4, both versions of 5, and both versions of 6.
You do know that still requires a fair bit of a team.
I said that, but no, I know that. I totally know that. I'm just saying, it's like, are they just having people work on those 4? It's like I'm pretty sure that basically in a small.
I mean, those 4 games are all pretty big projects in
They
themselves.
are. I'm not saying that, but it's like I would much rather have the Battle Collection than any of these other ones, to be honest.
That may be so cute, but you've got to remember those other ones are what really bring the money in.
No, I know.
They've got to be the priority, mate.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't like that we have to wait a year.
Well,
Let's wait a year than have them be just shat out.
Yeah,
Konami did that.
I'd rather have them, take the time. I'd rather have the developers take the time to develop the game, make sure that it's good, make sure that there's like no bugs in that, rather than rush.
Well, I mean, Konami did that with the Castlevania games. And dead silent.
Which game?
Advanced Collection. The three GBA games.
Sure.
So it's like that's why I'm more annoyed with the year wait. That's why I'm annoyed with the year wait. Because like Konami was basically just bam, here's the trailer for that. We're giving this out today. Like, we're done. It's like that's why. That's my reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, I'm fine with waiting because like they're bound to do a lot more stuff with like the Mega Man collection.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a problem with waiting for games.
Oh no, I haven't either. Either.
All right. Okay, that's an interesting question. What is the one game that you guys remember? You each remember waiting the most to get your hands.
Oh.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3. I need to look at my collection. You guys should keep going while I'm looking at my collection.
For me, it was probably Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania. Yeah, Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
I've never really had that kind of anticipation for anything. The two closest things I would say would be Sonic Forces, because it was like the first like mainline title with what we thought was going to be a grittier return to darker storytelling, in quotes, anyway. That and the fact that I actually had it pre-ordered for day one, and then it had to be delayed because get this, I got to the shop and they told me, we don't have it for you because the warehouse it was being housed at was taken out in an arson attack.
Oh, wow.
Someone burnt the fucking fulfillment warehouse down with my game in it.
Okay. I'm laughing because I'll be straight honest, Wolf. The way you said it, it's basically like the arsonist had a grudge against you. Like they knew
Yeah,
this
but that's the
warehouse
thing.
had your
That's the
game.
thing. The reason for the possible reason for attacking that fulfillment was just as equally absurd. It's like, what does this arsonist doesn't want people to get their special edition fucking Xboxes or what?
True.
And the other game that I was super anticipating was the Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Agreed. I was
Because
happier for
Spyro
that.
2, Spyro 2 is legit one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
You guys want to know a really interesting thing about Spyro?
Go on.
Do you know who actually voiced Spyro originally?
Carlos Lacuzzi.
Oh, you mean originally in the very first game?
Not that, no.
Also, from the first one, it was the actor who played Ricochet from Mucha Lucha.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but then,
okay.
Yeah, but then from moving on, it was Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny.
Yeah, Tom Kenny also voiced the Professor and Agent 9.
Oh yeah, Tom Kenny. Yeah, correct. Yes.
And then Hero's Tale had him voiced as by Jess Harnell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Elijah Wood took over.
Elijah Wood took over for the Legends series, and then for Reignited, we came back to Tom Kenny.
Yeah, thank goodness. Tom Kenny was definitely the best voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tom Kenny's an incredible talent.
Oh, okay. I've told you this, but some of my favorite voice actors include Tom Kenny, Rob Paulson, Jim Cummings, Maurice LaMarche.
Yes.
Tara Strong.
Oh.
Who else? Kevin Conroy, Batman, and Mark Hamill. Like Mark Hamill, every time I hear him as the Joker,
Mark Hamill's incredible.
Yes.
And it's actually interesting because he guest starred on an episode of The Simpsons, and he joined for the commentary for that episode, and he said that if he didn't get this guest spot on The Simpsons, he wouldn't have gotten his role for the Joker, because it was his role on The Simpsons that made him want to go for the role of the Joker.
Wait, which episode?
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the the name or number or season or whatever, but it's the one. What? It's the one where Homer goes to a convention, a sci-fi convention, and Mark Hamill's a special guest there.
Yeah. Mayor to the Mob. Homer ends up becoming.
Oh, right, that one. That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's funny because not only did Mark Hamill play Luke Skywalker in that episode, as himself, but he was also the drill sergeant that Homer had when he was learning how to be a bodyguard.
Interesting.
No way. He was the drill sergeant as well?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Did not know that.
Yeah. It's amazing what when I tell my friends this, they're like, how do you know all this stuff? And I'm just like, I listen to the commentary, I read the research, I read the books. I'm like a cartoon voice actor nut.
You are. You straight are.
Yeah. Like when I share the info on that with Yu, and I think even Yu's just amazed at how much I know.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, getting back to the directing that, we have a bit more of an understanding for the story for Sonic Frontiers, and I'm really interested in this now.
Yeah, culinary intrigue.
And we also had a little bit more of information from IGN apparently too. And so some of this information, including, we're dealing with another Eggman fuck up.
I mean, we knew that already.
Yeah. So we also have to save Eggman from cyberspace along with Tails and Amy. Big is coming back.
Yep, and Big's the reason we have a fishing mini game, which is cool.
Yeah. The Light Dash is back.
Mm-hmm.
And we also know our possible antagonist name, Sage.
Yes, Sage.
What?
The little.
I told you before. Like the premise had like Eggman's AI program Sage turns against him.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be Sage, but
okay.
But like, here's the thing: does Sage start out bad, and then does she join Sonic, or is there going to be like kind of like two halves to Sage, one good and one bad? Like that's what I want to know.
Which in that case will just be like
know.
or Unleashed. With Chip and the Dark Gaia.
Yeah, Dark Gaia. Chip
I think Sage is just going to be straight up villain.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I can't wait.
Yeah. What was it though? Apparently for the cyberspace levels, like, okay, people are, they're pissed off that Green Hill's back in the game, and I have to say that
such a stupid fucking thing.
I have to say this.
Say that.
I have to say this. I don't give a crap what they say about it not like being in the game. Green Hill is one of the most iconic stages in Sonic's history. It's the first level in the first Sonic game. It holds a special meaning to me personally, so every time Green Hills is brought back, they change it up a little bit. I am quite happy, and I'm quite okay with Green Hills being in Sonic's Frontiers.
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure in some parts of the lore, Sonic canonically fucking lives there. I'm sure there is some. I definitely recall some version of lore with that being the case. Of course, Sonic's going to be in Green Hill a lot of the time. It's like one of his favorite places to be, and quite possibly just simply fucking lives there. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Green Hills is actually where he first met Tails, I think, according to the Sonic lore. I could be wrong, but no, like you have these hardcore people like they complain about Green Hills being, and just like what the like.
It is the dumbest thing.
It's like the stupidest thing. But apparently from what I read, apparently Sonic can't do his spin dash in cyberspace.
That's weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's 100% like actual truth, but I mean, if he can't do his spin dash, what can he do? Because he's not Sonic without his spin dash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the cyberspace levels appear to just be, standard speed
challenges,
boost stages.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or unleashed daytime stages, whatever you want to call it. In which case, he's not really had or needed the spin dash.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because the homing attack is a thing.
Yeah, homing attack. No, but like from what we've seen of the game, the game looks beautiful, and apparently all the gameplay footage that we've seen was taken from the first island in the game, which is Kronos Island.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering how many other like islands there'll be in this game.
I mean, I've personally thought it was pretty obvious that everything we'd seen was only going to be one of several islands, because that's how literally every game is marketed ever. They only show a tiny part of what the full game's going to offer. Because, I mean, people looking at this and thinking that the whole game is going to be this green field, like, no, you're stupid if you think this. Legitimately. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I will say that
even all the even the closest comparisons that it would draw to, Sonic 06, even that overworld wasn't just a green field. It was split into several places. It was split in several ways. It wasn't just the green field, was it?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, getting back to like the plot for the game and that. Yeah, the Chaos Emeralds are involved, which it doesn't surprise me because these 7 mystical gems they've caused so much chaos for Sonic. So I wouldn't be surprised if Eggman is behind the disappearance of them. Like
you need some kind of wah wah sound effect in there for saying the Chaos Emeralds caused chaos. That's like a frigging thing that my cousin did on his Twitch stream, where he basically tried to explain what goes on in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and friggin' said that's why it's so bizarre.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he did that. He immediately realised as well, boy, that was a stupid fucking thing to say.
But would he say it again though?
No, he does. He tends to learn from his mistakes.
Okay, dang.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah. All right, should we talk about Spider-Man before we talk about?
Oh, we're still not done with the direct.
Oh yeah, I thought we were.
So, how do you guys feel on Disney Animal Crossing?
Sorry,
you mean
Disney Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Disney's coming out with a game called Disney Starlight Valley, and it's pretty much essentially Animal Crossing, but with Disney and Pixar characters, and I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done by the same group that Game Loft, like they're also developing that Disney racing game. And
the free to play one. Okay.
Yeah. They also they have a hand with doing Disney stuff because they're also behind the Disney mobile game Disney's Magic Kingdoms, which I have, and you do not want to know how many hours I spent into this game. Like they recently they did an update for DuckTales a while back, so I finally have Scrooge. Yes, I finally have Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and so I'm kind of waiting patiently for Launchpad to come, and then I'm kind of hoping that after they do this other Star Wars event that we get Darkwing Duck. That's one character I'd like to see in the game. But yeah,
I loved that reboot series, by the way, of
DuckTales. Yeah.
Oh, well, we definitely have to do a podcast talking about it later on because I could tell you my thoughts on that, but it would take all night. Yeah, I loved everything about that video.
The only problem I had with it, though, is that we never got a plot resolution to the tease of Negaduck at the end of the Darkwing Duck episode.
Well, I think Negaduck is coming into the DuckTales series the Darkwing Duck series that Seth Rogen's apparently doing, which is just
what?
Weird. Yeah, apparently Seth Rogen is doing a Darkwing Duck reboot. It's weird saying that his company it's weird saying that because he's also doing a Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, considering how Seth Rogen is.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to see either of those. Seth Rogen really fell off a while ago. People just got really tired of his stoner stick.
Well,
that's kind of why I'm both curious as to what he could do with it and both afraid of what he can do with it.
Speaking of which, Seth Rogen as friggin' Donkey Kong. I know the casting of that upcoming Mario movie is a clown show in itself, but I do not think I am ready to hear Donkey Kong go fucking. Do you really want to hear that sound come out of Donkey Kong's mouth?
Honestly, I think more people aren't ready for Jack Black Bowser, to be straight honest.
Okay, I have to say this.
Bowser,
I think
honestly that could work under the right circumstances. Yeah. Everything else is what? I don't get it at all.
Yeah. But I will say this though. I hope that they give Bowser an actual Jack Black kind of song because he could pull that off pretty well as that type of character. Kind of like a Tenacious D type of song, you know?
Yeah, but honestly, we can't really. We could spend all day doing about this, but we still don't have a trailer, so. basically.
Yeah, like I said, they could do that.
I bet you.
Illuminations.
I bet you they'll show. I bet you what they're gonna do is because Minions: Rise of Gru hits theaters tomorrow. I bet you what they'll do is they'll show like a teaser trailer for the Mario movie before Minions. Yeah,
God damn
because
it, I
like
don't want to think that. I really don't.
yeah. Well, my friend's going to the movie, so I asked him like if they do like a teaser or that for Mario, let me know so I can like report back to my group. So she said that she'd let me know.
All right, cool.
So, yeah, I will say though, Chris Pratt as Mario, and okay, apparently everyone's pissed off at him because he's not sounding Italian, and Mario's Italian. So
it's not really that. It's
no,
more...
what really takes the piss is that they're casting Chris Pratt as Mario, even though they have Charles Martinet in their fucking bit roles.
Which honestly, I can completely understand the reasoning. He's getting old. Honestly, I would rather not have basically a mute character or Charles Martinet strain himself. So honestly, I'm totally fine with having someone else voice the plumber.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Charles Martinet can do a fully voiced Mario.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he can't.
Because he's done it. And he's more than perfectly capable of doing it for a 2-hour movie. He absolutely could. And even then, straining himself, that's
probably
not much to worry about.
It was probably his decision.
How much of Mario's dialogue in games is just recycled.
It was probably his decision not to voice the character.
Yeah, that's what
I doubt it. I really doubt it. Because if there's one thing a voice actor does not do, unless they are really, really, really big, is turn down roles. If there is a job, a voice actor will do what they can to take it, because it is a fickle profession. Do you think that Mike Pollock would have done those shitty Video Brinquedo things if literally anything else, if he could guarantee literally anything better was going to come his way?
True.
I don't know who the character is. So
sorry, what was that? Out completely.
I don't know the character you were talking about. So I know the actor, I just don't know who the character.
Video Brinquedo, they did Ratatouille and all those other really shitty Pixar.
Oh, frick.
And you know how Mike Pollock basically voices one character in pretty much every single one of those movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, he's also like Ben. But I will say this though, the movie could be good, it could be bad. It depends on, because video game movies, I feel like with the recent success of Sonic and that, they've broken that video game movie curse, if you will.
Yeah, but the thing about the Sonic movies is that they're made by people who actually give a shit and will listen to what the people have to say. This is Illumination we're talking about.
They weren't originally. Those guys weren't originally going to basically do that. They were originally going to keep that first version of Sonic.
Yeah, I know they were, but the point is they didn't.
Yeah.
And the thing you got to remember, of all the studios, Nintendo went with Illumination. The guys who struck gold with Despicable Me, and then just decided to keep shitting that.
Yeah.
I mean, they made. Then you've also got Sing, The Secret Life of Pets, all these things that weren't that good, but they were successful because it was lowest common denominator shit. Mm-hmm. That appeals to everybody who doesn't think. So here's the thing. It's going to be successful, but it's not going to be fucking good.
Well, we don't know 100% sure if it's going to be good or not. It like we said, it depends on.
Granted, I can't guarantee with 100% that it's going to be a bad movie, but
Mm-hmm.
I can make a decent, educated guess.
Yeah, we'll just have to, wait and see when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the direct. Is there anything else that we want? Oh yeah, we were talking about that Disney. Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how about Nintendo embracing Yoko Taro again with Nier Automata being brought onto the Switch? Considering the fact that, considering the fact that we're having new costumes being added onto this version, Kitsune masks for both 2B and 9S. Not sure on A2, but I'm pretty sure she's going to get one. And we also have the Yorha Dark Alliance versions of 2B and 9S costumes. I, for one, hope that we're going to get Nintendo costumes. I won't, because if people want to go, why? Nintendo wouldn't do that. Nintendo allowed Hideki Kamiya to do that for Bayonetta. And we have Peach and Daisy costumes for her in the two games.
Yep. And Zelda.
The reason why I said Peach and Daisy is because those are sexy. The Link for Zelda, they only went with Link. So that's why. They more went with Link and with Peach and Daisy. So I want to see if Nintendo's going to go, okay, Yoko Taro, we'll embrace your horny. Because that man is horny for 2B. That man is horny for 2B.
Quite frankly, I'm not surprised that it's going to somehow manage to be a physical release.
I'm not. Well, yeah, that is surprising, but it's like,
Like, not a cloud version, like other...
Oh, yeah, no, that was my biggest fear for that. It's like, oh, God, please don't be cloud. But no, honestly, Yoko Taro already has proven that he's a smarter person than Square. Yes, I'm still bitter about the fact that Kingdom Hearts is cloud on the Switch.
So is everybody else who cares.
Yeah, I don't get why they decided to go with the direction to make it cloud.
3, I can completely understand. 3, I completely understand. But 1.5, 2.5, and maybe 2.8, I don't. No. That said, speaking of ports coming to Switch, I'm very excited that we're finally getting Persona on the Switch. And yes, I will be grabbing both 3 and 4. I'm not probably going to get Royal because I'm still burnt out of 5. But I'm super happy we are getting 3 and 4. And I'm hoping those are soon.
Yep, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah. No, but overall, the mini direct was actually better than I was expecting.
It was better than what everyone was expecting. Yeah. Especially considering the fact that the last direct was just Xenoblade 3, and I'll be straight honest, I hate when Nintendo does this. I also hate when Sony does this. So don't look like people, I'm just shitting on Nintendo. I don't like just one thing focused, direct, state of plays, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's fine if they advertise ahead of time, that's what it's going to be.
True.
Yeah.
But if they don't do that, then yeah.
True.
Yeah. I will say this,
if they advertise ahead of time that things are only going to focus on one particular subject, then people don't have a right to complain. It's like that one direct that they did, when Smash was still getting stuff for it. Mm-hmm. Like they said several times and in advertising, even on the splash screen at the start, hey, this isn't going to have any Smash info.
But people kept going.
And the chat and the reaction afterwards was, "Where is the Smash info?"
Yeah.
At that point, it's just stupidity.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I do feel the only reason why I say that is I hate when it's time for when it's time for direct/state of play, and yet they do two. The first one being basically just focused on one thing, and then the second one being an actual thing. I would much rather have the first one
have that all just be one press conference. Yeah.
Yeah, that or the first one be the basically the variety one, the second one being just focused on things. Because that's what they actually did after the direct, because they did a Treehouse playing for the Live a Live remake. Yeah, we've gone off on so many tangents. I'll be straight honest. Right now, we've passed 50 minutes for this podcast.
Right. Yeah. And we're still on the first topic. Still on the first topic.
Second topic. Buckle,
second topic. Buckle in, folks, because it's going to be a long podcast, which is fine because, I might have to split this up into two parts then.
Get your popcorn, folks. Get your popcorn.
Yeah, I might have to split it up into two parts, but I'll do like a little thing before. And
there's nothing wrong with a long podcast anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so
hey, longer videos are in vogue right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say we're going to move on to our next topic, if that is okay with you guys.
Yep.
Because I felt like, we did talk about this topic a little too long.
Yeah.
All right, so the next topic, and I think that is going to be on Spider-Man Lotus. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, which is a fan movie, apparently.
Yeah, and apparently the movie is canceled because the main, the lead actor and the director have come under fire for racist and offensive comments. Let's just
talk
leave
shit,
it.
Get hit.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna I'm not gonna read.
Yeah, no. If you were even going to ask, you would have been saying fuck no, don't do that.
Yeah.
This is literally a case of talk shit, get hit. I feel sorry for the rest of the cast members for this. I'll be straight honest.
Yeah.
But I don't feel sorry for the director and the main actor for Spider-Man.
Yeah, because the premise for this movie sounded really good, and it was I guess it was going to take place after the events of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, how Gwen Stacy died, and how Peter kind of comes to terms with grieving over it. And apparently a terminally ill child wishes to see Spider-Man before his final days, so he takes upon himself to do it. So it's interesting, but yeah, the movie is apparently canceled because of the director and the actor. It's weird. And so he's trying to I think it's the director. What was it? I gotta check here. It's either the director or the actor. I can't remember. But he's trying to use the excuse that he was raised in a small town, that he was in a bubble, and you don't do this type of shit.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That is not an excuse.
Let me put it this way. What you may do stupid shit in the past, it always finds a way to come back and bite you in the ass in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are raised a certain way, if you're mature enough to realize that the shit is bad, just own the fact that you did something bad and do better. Don't try and justify the fact that you were bad.
Yeah, look at James Gunn.
Yeah, don't try to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, like I said, look at James Gunn. That's what he did when all that stuff about him at that one party came out, and it's he just went, yeah, I did this. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I know what I did was wrong. And it's just do that. It's if you know that it's wrong, apologize, own up to it. Don't just go, no, I didn't, I was. Bleh. Don't mumble and whine about it. Man up. And it's like that's why James Gunn is back to being beloved again, because he owned up to it. He basically
he owned up to his mistake.
Yeah, and he's once again back to being beloved, and we have a much better Suicide Squad movie.
Okay, I will say this: that his Suicide Squad movie was a lot better than the original Suicide Squad movie
because it didn't have Jared Leto. I'm sorry for saying that, Nikki. I'm very sorry for saying that.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm just going to straight up say. That's all. I just wanted to make that just one joke. Nikki wants to hate me. I'll let her.
Not only was Jared Leto the worst frigging Joker, but he didn't even have the decency to keep up the tradition of fucking dying in the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, like I agree. I did not like Jared Leto as Joker. He was a bad Joker in my opinion. Sorry, Hud. I know you like him, but yeah. All right, so like there's just that whole thing, but
I do.
I'm a kitty fiddler, but let's not go into that.
I did also see a thing on the apparent Craven movie too. I need to find it. Oh, there's also another thing that we did want to talk about real quick. We could talk about that while I'm looking for this post on Reddit that I saw. Basically.
Yeah, Monkey Island, right?
Yeah, Return to Monkey Island.
Yeah. Okay, for those who don't know, Monkey Island was a game that was originally done by LucasArts back in the 90s, and it is one of the most beloved series of all time. I actually got the honor of actually playing the original games at my cousin's house one time. So fun. And a lot of people don't know this, but the pirate LeChuck from the second Pirate Island game,
the main villain,
he was voiced by Alan Young, also better known as the original voice actor behind Doug Berg's Richest Millionaire Tycoon. He was really? Scrooge. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah, also a real quick thing. The thing on the Craven movie I found, it's all fake. Should I still read it off or not? It's
better
fake.
Better not. Because if it's fake, we don't want to get in trouble for like reporting fake news.
Okay. All right.
We're not like CNN.
No. Okay. No.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay,
anyway. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, they recently announced that Tales of Monkey, like a new game in the Tales of Monkey
Island,
Monkey
which
Island
is
series.
a new game. We're actually getting,
and apparently it's
brand new one.
We're getting like a new Monkey Island game, and it's supposed to wrap up the original series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like it's the conclusion that people have been waiting for years for, which I think is fantastic. But okay, we had like the art style is a lot different than like the pixelated art style from like the original games, and honestly, people are now making a big fit about how the art style is different. Like it's not the art style that they remember. It has gotten to the point where one of the game's producers announced that they were blocking off the comments from their blog because people were leaving comments about the art style and they were sending him like threatening messages too.
And not only but because of all these people, we're not going to get any more updates on this game. They're not going to show anything else, which I will be straight honest, I completely understand the reason. I think that's a very bad thing to do, to be honest. Because
you're giving into the trolls. You're giving into the trolls. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want you to give in so, they can ruin it for everyone else, which, I don't think is fair to punish the ones who have actually been respectful enough to, like why punish why punish everyone when it's just you have a couple of bad eggs that are just ruining it for everyone.
But I will be straight honest.
You're pretty much just severely fucking up your marketing by doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly why I think it's a straight bad idea. But
like, if you can always show something off and keep turning the comments off, which I'm not saying is good, but I'm saying it's better than just not updating at all until the game comes out, and then everyone's completely fucking forgotten about it.
Yeah, because they have people that are really interested in seeing how this game is coming along. So, just I feel like people more and more these days are just getting so worked up over the littlest thing. And speaking of the art style and that, this just reminds me of how people were losing their shit over the design for Knuckles for Sonic Boom.
Like, it's not even a bad art style.
Yeah. It's a nice art style. I like this art style. It's nice.
It is.
And if I recall correctly, they hadn't even shown like what Guybrush looked like yet.
No, they have. They have.
They have.
Yeah, okay. We've seen what he looks like. We've seen what LeChuck looks like. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you have like
I only ever saw like the first teaser, which people were already complaining about. So,
and I will be straight honest. While we are saying it's a really dumb idea to go into this route, we're not defending the people shitting on the art style. You can go fuck yourself. You guys should go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. I think I speak for everyone here when we agree that we like the art style.
Yeah. It's like honestly, to me, I see it as like a 2D Wind Waker, which while I think Wind Waker is not as good as everyone says it is, I still enjoy the art style. Mm-hmm. I probably made a crap load of enemies saying that Wind Waker, I don't like Wind Waker, but I don't care. I don't really like it.
Did you know that Miyamoto absolutely fucking hated Wind Waker's art style?
I actually did see that. I did see that, but honestly, I think that's probably people just randomly bring stuff up just to jump on Miyamoto because I think people are still mad at him for changing Sticker Star.
I don't know about that, but what?
Sticker Star. The less we say about that game, the better you.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So what if Miyamoto didn't like it when he first saw it? I assume because it's been worded like that, he's changed his mind since then.
I believe so.
Or
I don't know.
Grew on him, as things can do.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably has.
Yeah, just give me here. Okay, there we go. Cool. I left my notes for a minute.
Like, here's the thing: people need to really learn to look at something and then understand: is this bad because it's bad, or do I just think it's bad because it's different?
Yeah,
because different isn't always bad.
Yeah, like I'll be straight honest. I'm someone who likes Final Fantasy 13. I haven't completed it, but I don't see it as a bad game. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I just made a lot more enemies too. Just now.
Burn him! Burn him! Hang him at the stake.
For those of you who say, no, I don't see it as one of my favorites, my personal favorite is 10. So that should be some saving grace. Anyway,
I think I've made a lot of enemies by saying that I didn't mind Knuckles' design for Sonic Boom.
Everyone does. Everyone likes Boom Knuckles.
I mean, I'm not really a Final Fantasy fan anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. I tried playing 7 once and didn't like it at all, so... Then again, I do want to try the remake out at some point eventually. It's on my to-do list. So...
Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So anything else we want to say up before we go to the final thing, which I think will be the longest tangent for this podcast, or
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be long.
I'm
No,
looking for some stuff real quick.
The director, he didn't have to give in to the trolls. Like that's my final saying. Like I know I've repeated myself, but no, he didn't have to give in to the trolls because that's what they wanted. They wanted him to do this so it ruins things for everyone else, like the ones who are patiently waiting. Yeah, there's that. But yeah, yeah, I think we're good enough to talk about our final topic, which is one of the reasons why we invited Wolf onto the podcast, because I've actually met Wolf because of this whole shit show that we're about to talk about. And that is not just the FNAF community, Five Nights at Freddy's, but also apparently there's a group of FNAF game developers who Wolf, take it from here.
Yes. The news is kind of old now because, well, personal life shit happened for everybody. So we couldn't get round to doing this when intended. It was breaking news at the time, but...
Yeah. I tried, you guys. You know I tried.
Basically, it came to light that the Five Nights at Freddy's fan game developers Ultranite, Ramanov, and Mechalus, who were the developers of the fan games Chompers, Juniors, and Project Readjusted, respectively. It was discovered that they had put together a secret Discord group called The Pair, which was dedicated to collecting inside knowledge and essentially leaks of Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. Even most importantly, ones that are part of the Fazbear Fanverse initiative. For the people unaware of what that is, the Fazbear Fanverse initiative is a project started by Scott Cawthon to bring together certain developers of Five Nights at Freddy's fan games, give them a budget to make basically higher quality games, which can then be sold on storefronts and even have merchandise made of them. Basically do everything but bring them into official FNAF canon. Which seems like such a good idea. But then all sorts of horrible behind-the-scenes dramas happened, and this is where it all boiled over. Where the members of the pair, they use their influence and positions within the fan game community to collect assets with the intention of leaking it all, and they even, most horribly, managed to get hold of private information of Fanverse devs, such as their real names, their locations, and they even, most horribly,
not to mention that they also got like private stuff from Scott Cawthon himself,
which is what I was just about to say.
Sorry.
Most horribly was that they got private photographs of Scott Cawthon's family and even a copy of his wedding video.
Yeah.
How they ever managed to get hold of that, I don't know, but it's awful. And essentially, members of the pair use this as blackmail material to try and keep everything quiet. Because if the information gets out, they don't have anything to lose, so they leak everything. But Kane Carter, he managed to let Scott know what was happening. They've managed to shut the whole thing down. Nothing's going to get leaked now, hopefully. And
do you think that those three are going to be kicked out of like the whole initiative now?
Oh, they already are. They already are. Here's the crazy thing. Ultra Knight's Chompers was in the process of being finalized for the fanverse. They've pretty much done everything necessary aside from signing non-disclosure agreements. Once they were signed, Scott would have given out everything needed to get it into the fanverse and get it ready. So the thing is, when this was going on, aside from the games we knew about, that means Scott had been actively searching for more things to add to the fanverse. And now, because of this, that he's not going to do that anymore. These selfish idiots.
So I think it's
these selfish idiots who, for no apparent reason, no other reason than from what seemed to be a personal vendetta against Kane Carter, developer of Pop Goes, decided to. They've just ruined potential opportunities for other fan game developers now.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
It's really awful, and it's really disgusting hearing that this kind of thing went on, and it makes me wonder just what sort of grudge that they have against Kane in the first place. Like, what drove them? Like, was their hatred for Kane so bad that they wanted to like risk everything? Like, did they not think of the repercussions at all?
Absolutely. Either that, or they thought they were just completely fucking untouchable. I don't know what it was. They even had plans to use dummy accounts on Game Jolt to downvote other fan games and upvote their own.
And up theirs.
They got caught doing that, so Game Jolt has thankfully banned all of them from there, as well as all the other communities they've been banned from, including the FNAF Reddit. So their names are those three people. Their names are just mud now.
Good.
They've been it's safe to say that they've been blacklisted from the community.
Oh, absolutely. And yes, Chompers is very much out of the Fanverse initiative. And it's just been, it's been outright...
It's a shame.
It's been outright cancelled now, which sucks because that's a bunch of innocent people whose work has completely gone to waste. Like, once Juniors comes out, Ramonov is dipping as soon as that comes out. And then I actually don't have a fucking clue what Project Readjusted is, and frankly, at this point, I no longer have a reason to care.
Yeah. I'm just kind of surprised that Juniors is still part of it. Like, you would assume that because of this...
Well, I mean, Juniors isn't part of it. Juniors isn't part of the fanverse. Oh. It's just a popular fan game.
Okay. Yeah. No, just...
Like I said, the only fan game from these people that was going to be in the fanverse was Chompers.
Yeah, and so, who was it that got some info on the Discord servers? Like the Discord server, was it Kane?
Somebody whistle blew to Kane.
Yeah.
There was a whistleblower who let Kane know.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just say like a unknoun source. We'll just
and they're anonymous for obvious reasons.
Yeah. You posted the whole document, the zip file on the FNAF group.
Yeah, I did.
And so, that's how we kind of came in contact with each other, because I was having a little trouble opening it, but then I figured out what I had to do, so it worked fine afterwards. But I'm reading it, and disgusted with what they were saying, just how they objectified.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they should be honestly, in my opinion, they should be charged.
You know what? You're right. They should be charged because these are projects. Because these projects are part of something that is supposed to be a paid product. It's technically corporate espionage. What they've done, industrial espionage. And
not to mention like the harassment, not to mention the harassment, the racist remarks, and that and objectifying women, reading what
there's all of that, and it's all horrible stuff. But the industrial espionage, that is an actual crime that carries an actual prison sentence of at the most 15 months.
Sheesh.
If they get charged for it, that they face a maximum of 15 months in jail because they wanted to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it's
like this is baby stuff. This is stuff that fucking. This is stuff that you'd expect from fucking teenagers, not these grown ass men who were going to potentially make a lot of money or some money off this, but they decided to be children about this.
And you have these idiots that ruin it for everyone else. It's sad. It's really sad because some of the stuff that they had for the Fanverse initiative, it was interesting.
Chompers looked really fucking good too.
Yeah,
Chompers looked really fucking good, and it's been completely thrown away.
Yeah,
because somebody because Ultra Knight wanted to be an asshole, because Ultra Knight couldn't get the fuck over himself or whatever fucking problems he had with Kane Carter.
His ego got the best of him. His ego got the best of him. Some people, that's all they care about. They just care about revenge and that. They don't care about the repercussions. They don't care about anything else. It's just revenge is in their mindset. And when that happens, then once they realize what they've done, it's too late. You can't turn back because what you did, it's a reminder that people are going to look.
And the thing is, unless they get charged for it, I don't think they're going to regret what they've done.
Well, then again, those three are a bunch of assholes anyway, from what I've read. So I don't think they'll get charged, but it's fucked up what they did. And this is just my opinion. I think because of what these three did, I think that's it for the Fast Birth Initiative. That
literally is
not
it.
Fast Birth, Fast Birth. I think that's it.
That literally is it. Kane's even said that. Kane has even mentioned that Scott's not going to look for any other additions to the fanverse. He didn't specifically state this was the reason, but it's pretty obvious that's why.
These three smucks single-handedly destroyed something that, the Fazbear Initiative had its problems. It had its hiccups here and there.
Oh, it had problems. But, there's no denying that, but
it sucks.
Like I say, that there was one point where I could have been willing to play devil's advocate and think maybe they're doing this because of what happened with Aftonbuilt. But no, it wasn't. The longer this went on, the more apparent it was that this was just ego shit.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any comments for this that you?
Honestly, I do hope they do receive legal troubles. With stuff like this, if you don't get legal troubles, there's something wrong with basically judicial system for everything. Like, no, you honestly really
Yeah.
need to face. You need to basically be locked in a jail cell for however long it takes. I'll be straight honest. I hope these guys are going to jail.
All right. Like, I know this is a little bit off topic, but do you guys mind if I say this quickly? Because this is something that I kind of wanted to bring up when we were talking about like the whole Monkey Island stuff.
Go
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
You guys remember how Scott Cawthon was harassed nonstop after it was like publicly known what the kind of stuff that he supported?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
Like,
a ridiculous bunch of shit in itself.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, like, you know,
Like,
he's
come
changed.
on.
He's changed. Like,
If
you
there's
have to
one
admit,
thing
he's
that
changed.
Scott Cawthon is clearly not, it's fucking homophobic.
Yeah,
He's
no,
clearly not against the LGBT community because of the fucking millions of dollars that he has publicly donated to these causes, and through everything else he's had through interactions with members of the community. And then there's also, on the other hand, there's the fact that the guy is a devout Christian, born and raised in Texas. Who the fuck did you think he was going to support politically anyway?
yeah, I know. Just what bugs me is that because these people harass him for so long that he's like, he retired, and
Oh,
it's a
that's the
shame.
other thing as well. Like,
Yeah.
Scott, there was that one post where Scott firmly put his foot down and basically said, "This is what I support, and you're not going to tell me otherwise." And like, it's absolutely right for him to put his foot down on that, because the people who were telling him, "No, you shouldn't be doing this," a lot of those people were literal children. Literal children telling a grown-ass man what to do with his fucking politics. Like, I don't care who you support. There's no way that can sound right to you, to anybody. You know?
I will say that.
Let me just point out, being a resident of the United Kingdom, born, raised, I have no stock in either fucking side of America's politics. I can only speak as an outside observer, but you seem to be fucked either way when it comes to that lot. So just be critical of all of it.
Again, it's still disgusting that these guys went as far as to do this, and they ruined something that I bet a lot of people were really excited that their games were, included into this initiative.
That could have been, yes, could have been.
Yes, like it opened the doors for them to like try and become like a better, I guess you could say, like a better game developer. Is that is that the right way to say that?
The chance to become one, yeah.
Yeah, like they ruined so many people's chances at that, and it's disgusting that they did this just because of some beef.
Yeah.
Like, people nowadays, like, I feel like we've gone back a couple of years now in the past because of what's been going on, like, outside of, like, stuff. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anything to add, Yu?
Not really, to be honest.
All right. Okay, well, no, I think that's pretty much it. I think we said our piece for this. So yeah, I guess that's it for this week's podcast, you guys. Again,
I do have one thing to kind of be
Go ahead,
that
go
I
ahead.
do want to mention, because this actually came out while you guys were talking about the FNAF thing. Yeah. We have Nintendo announced the next bunch of games that are going to be coming to the Genesis library for Switch Online.
Oh, okay.
We are going to be getting
everybody.
Yeah, we're going to be getting Zero Wing. All your base art belong to us. If you know that means that's where that game is.
Yeah.
Target Earth, which apparently seems to be like a mech-based Gradius. I've never heard of this game. Wily Wars, which this is the second time that game has been available to Americans. The first being the Genesis Mini. For those of you that don't know, Wily Wars is a 16-bit updated rendition of the first 3 Mega Man games, which also has its own story of Wily going back in time to his first 3 incidents and basically trying to do them again. The only really changed thing for this are different music, which some of it sounds fine, some of it sounds awful. Mega Man having a bigger sprite, just Mega Man. So when you get to 3 and you see Proto Man, he's still the same size as how he was in the NES. And a segment called Wily Tower, which gives you 3 more stages. A few more stages, but you can choose any weapon from those 3 games. And the last game, because we're getting 4, and this one actually annoys me, Comic Zone.
Oh God, no!
Why did that game have to come? Why do we need to bring that game?
That game is like on every single Mega Drive compilation.
It is. Why that before Streets of Rage?
The nightmares I'm having. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I'm gonna have PTS.
God.
PTSD. I remember my friend forcing me to play that game with him, like for a charity thing. I nearly strangled him with the controller.
Yeah, no, it's like that's another game that basically I do not want to fucking touch.
Check 1, 2. Sega.
That's not bad. That's not bad, but it's like the game sucks. It's like, oh gee, let's have a bunch of obstacles that get in your way and you have to punch. Oh, let's also have have you lose your health as you punch these. Let's also give you 1 life.
Yeah,
it's like you thought you would think that game devs would have realized this stuff was stupid by the NES.
Like, it's really fucking cool aesthetically, but in practice, it's a game that could benefit from a remake. Honestly,
yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah,
apparently they're also coming up with
it, and it could be a good game.
What's up, D-pad?
Apparently, they're also working on developing a mini Genesis 2 console.
Yeah, which apparently will have CD games.
Yes, a mini Mega Drive Model 2, which will also contain Mega CD games.
Which I don't think it's going to have Sonic CD, right?
Yeah, you can get Sonic CD in so many other places that I don't think it's that much of a problem.
If it doesn't have Sonic CD,
we have Origins. We have Origins, so...
Speaking of Origins, we didn't cover this quickly, but I want to quickly say, apparently the developers for that game, they aren't happy with how it turned out.
Oh, it does have CD. It does have CD.
Oh, it does have CD. Okay, see, here's the thing. Yeah, some of the developers of that weren't happy with the way the final product came out, but the way it's been reported has made it look like they're really hostile about it and trying to start shit when they're not. And that's really fucking scummy on the part of the people reporting it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, I didn't know about that. I heard that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's the problem. that's because of the way it's been reported. They made it seem like a bigger deal than it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, since we brought up Sonic Origins, let me ask the both of you: how do you feel about those classic games?
Do you want to start, or should I?
Yeah, you go first. Go first,
right.
you.
Sonic 1, that is honestly the first Sonic. That's one of the first 2 Sonic games I've ever played, and honestly, while it does have its jank, especially compared to 2 and 3, I still think it's a good game. Labyrinth Zone notwithstanding. Sonic 2. I never actually owned Sonic 2 on the Genesis. My only games for Sonic on the Genesis were 1 and 3. So I never played Sonic 2 until till the Mega Collection came out on the GameCube. My thoughts on 2, it is a very good sequel. Half pipe notwithstanding. Sonic 3. Again, I never owned Knuckles. So I only had the original, the first half.
Well, Sonic and Knuckles is just more of the same, really.
Yeah, but it's
aside from like the final element, aside from like the final levels.
Yeah, it's basically supposed to be the main game. So honestly, Sonic 3 by itself is honestly just a higher res Sonic 2 in my opinion, but it is a good game.
Mm-hmm.
The full 3, I think, until Mania was my favorite 2D Sonic game. Until Mania came out, it was my favorite 2D Sonic game. CD,
okay.
I enjoy CD. So CD is honestly a very close second in terms of best 2D Sonic game in my opinion.
Okay, that's you. How about you, D-pad?
Okay, well, like I will say this, Sonic 3 and the Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that was the first Sonic game that I've ever played, and it's the game that introduced me to the series, and it's what made me into the Sonic fan that I am today. And this surprises a lot of people, but my favorite character when it comes to the Sonic franchise, it's not Sonic. It's actually Knuckles, which surprises so many people when I say that.
A lot of people like Knuckles. So
yeah,
especially if you're talking about Sonic Boom.
Yeah. I have to tell you like the story, like a funny story after we record. Wolf, but no. I actually don't have a copy of Origins yet. I have to wait for it because of what's been going on with that, like what's been going on. I just really can't afford it right now.
Fair.
Which sucks ass because I want this so much, but I have to be smart with how much I spend right now because I am going to a convention in August, and that's 2 months away.
Just tell us what you remember of the other games. You know.
Well, like I still have my Sonic Gem collection and that, so I can still play the GameCube versions of them. But for me, it's always a blast from the past when I play through these old games because they meant so much to me, part of my childhood, and Sonic 3 was the first game that I actually beat on my own without any help whatsoever from my parents. Because like we were a gamer house. Like my family, like we would spend hours playing like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Tooie. Like we played these games and we take turns kind of like shifting. Like it would either be me and my dad taking turns while my mom and my brother would be reading the player guide trying to give us advice in that. And it would usually end up as a screaming match between me and my dad trying to figure out like no, this is what you do. No, like just it's the memories like that. And honestly, every time I replay one of these games, I feel like a kid again because those were some of the best moments of my life. And I was really happy that they announced that they were coming out with this collection because it's the 4 games that defined who the Blue Blur is. It introduced like his world, his friends, his ongoing battles with Dr. Robotnik. And I will say this, my second favorite Sonic game of all time is Sonic CD. And that's because it introduced everyone to Metal Sonic and Amy Rose, two fan favorite characters. And then Sonic 2 was like the third favorite game, and then Sonic 1 was like the fourth favorite game of mine. Like it's a weird order, but that's just how I felt like for the games.
Okay, guess it's my turn then. Well, I'll just go through how I feel about them in order. Sonic 1. Sonic 1 is alright. When you start getting to the friggin' labyrinth zone and that, it starts becoming a problem. It becomes apparent that the level design is not the best. It becomes really apparent then that level design has always been a problem. But as much as I don't like those later stages, I can at least kind of forgive it because first in the series syndrome, you know? First game-itis, whatever you want to call it. Then there's Sonic CD. Honestly, I think that's my favourite of the classic games. I like Sonic CD. I love replaying Sonic CD. Difficulty spike notwithstanding, it's definitely the one I enjoy playing the most. Sonic 2, I also really enjoyed. And it's the one that I definitely got the furthest on the original hardware as well, which is great. Now, as for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, D-pad, you're going to hate me. You're going to hate me. The audience is going to fucking hate me.
I already said
don't
2 crimes.
There are things that need to be fucking said. I do not like Sonic 3 and Knuckles because the level design in them is absolutely fucking atrocious. I did not enjoy playing through those later stages. Carnival Night, Sandopolis, Icy Pete, all of it can fuck off. It was not fun to play through for me at all. I felt like I had no fucking control over where I was going for a lot of it. The navigating in that game is so goddamn hard, and then it does a complete 180 with the bosses being too fucking easy. I do not like Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
All right, and this is actually just breaking news, but I'm sure you guys know who Logan Paul is, right?
Yes, he just signed a WWE contract a few hours ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He wants to fuck off. He wants to fuck off. He wants to fuck off.
Yeah.
The things he has done are completely fucking irredeemable. He does not deserve this spotlight. He never deserved the spotlight he has.
Okay, like, I don't like him that much either. Like, I don't like him that much, but I will say this, though. He kind of did redeem himself for the whole Suicide Force shit that he did. It's like...
He didn't. He didn't. You can't you cannot redeem yourself from that absolute lack of common sense. To go to a foreign country, show absolutely no fucking respect for both the tradition and the laws, to go into a fucking restricted area, poke, prod, film, and make fun of a hanging body.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, this is on top of all the other abhorrent shit he's done. This is the same Logan Paul who has scammed children several times. The same Logan Paul who fucked around with dead rat corpses. The same Logan Paul who feigned colorblindness.
I will say this. He's a better step up than his brother Jake Paul, because Jake Paul is just a brat.
They're both equally fucking garbage.
Yeah. They're both pieces of shit. What?
True.
Never mind.
No, what?
No, I'll talk to you a bit later about something.
Okay. No. But okay. That's your opinion, but I feel like he's made up for it, so we can agree to disagree. Okay?
Fair.
Like I don't like him. I despise every fiber of his being. Like, yeah, him and his brother are two of the worst YouTubers in my opinion, aside from Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna get hate for that. I know I am. No regrets. But yeah,
well, I don't have a problem with your opinion on that, but I don't recall Pokemon ever doing anything wrong.
We have to talk later.
All right.
We have to talk later. But yeah, I think that's safe to say we better end this podcast before we get into more shit.
Yeah.
Yes, let's just skip to the plugs, shall we?
Yeah. Do you have any plugs? Oh, I mean, well, you plug your shit.
You can reach me at twitch.com/YouKirby. I am currently doing, like we said at the beginning of this podcast, I'm currently doing my summer marathon, Nicktoons Summer of Fun, which I'm just playing Nicktoons games. Next stream we'll be starting another Fairly Odd Parents game, Clash with the Anti-World, which I have played and it's a very good game. And you can also if you ever miss a stream, you can either watch the VODs that are on my Twitch, or you can watch the VODs on my YouTube, which youtube.com/YouKirby. I also had a few Let's Plays, so if you want to see those, go ahead and watch those.
And I usually join you when I have the time, so you get to hear more of my lovely voice.
Yep.
All right. Wolf, you said you wanted to plug some stuff at the beginning, so go right ahead, dude.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. I don't have any content creation outlets myself, aside from a couple of old shit posting pages on Facebook back when they were a cool thing to do. But I do assist a YouTuber friend of mine now and again called Sly McFly Gaming. A couple of upcoming videos that he's doing that involve me in them is a gameplay of Monopoly and a playthrough of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Those videos are upcoming. I will provide a link to be placed in the description if they will so allow me. And also,
of course, dude. Of course.
Thank you. And I would also like to promote my cousin's Twitch stream, February 119. He is a Just Chatting variety streamer. He is a lot of fun to watch. He streams Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, starting around, for my time, BST, it's usually around, if you just Google midnight UK time and then translate it to your time zone, you should find it there. Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, February 119. If you pop into one of his streams through listening to it here, tell him that Cousin Wolfie sent you. he'll know what that means. Thanks very much, guys. They'll appreciate that, I'm sure.
It was a pleasure. Yeah, well, it was a pleasure having you on, Wolf.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, I know I had fun for this week's podcast. How about you, Yu?
Yeah, I did.
It was great to do this. Maybe if it comes up again, you'll have me on as a guest again sometime.
Yep. Oh, definitely.